Howdy folks, hope you're all having a good one, and welcome back to World of Tanks with the mighty Jingles, where today, in this Tier 10 standard battle on Prokhorovka, we have a double-action battle for you, starring the hilariously well-named Average Monkey Enthusiast here in the FV215B183, the infamous Death Star, along with his teammate Crisis 36 in the Jagdpanzer E100, the mighty Jägerrube. It's an all Tier 10 battle, and there's no artillery in play, so nobody should be able to complain about the matchmaking, although I'm sure that isn't going to stop them. And as you can see, Average Monkey Enthusiast has Tank Destroyer 8 mission to complete, where he has to win the battle, survive, and inflict damage exceeding 5 times the hit point value of his vehicle. The Death Star has 2,000 hit points, so he has to do 10,000 damage. Not that difficult to do when you have a 183mm gun that can do not far short of 2,000 average damage with the high explosive squash head ammunition. The Hesh is great ammo, but it doesn't have great penetration. I mean, I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but it only has 230mm, which is not a lot at Tier 10. I mean, that'd be pretty good for Tier 8, but this isn't Tier 8. The armor-piercing ammunition, of which he's only taking 4 rounds into battle, does have 310mm of penetration, which is very good, but it only, and again I can't believe I'm using the word only here, does 1150 damage, and does require a penetration to do that damage, unlike the Hesh, which will do 1750 average damage, but because its high explosive squash head will still do some damage even if it doesn't penetrate. By comparison, the regular high explosive, which that was not, that was the Hesh. The regular high explosive only has 92mm of penetration, and does the same 1750 average damage as the 230mm penetration Hesh. This machine is basically a platform for delivering large quantities of 183mm high explosive squash head ammunition to the enemy. As such, it is a hilariously expensive machine to run, because the Hesh, of course, is gold ammo. So, Tier 10 tank destroyer on Prokhorovka. Not just any old Tier 10 tank destroyer, of course, this is the mighty and infamous Death Star. So it will come as no surprise to anybody whatsoever to see all of the tank destroyers taking not exactly aggressive positions on the road here, running north-south on the western side of the map. T62A pops up in order to get some spots after the Manticore dies and immediately regrets it. But that's just the nature of the fight here on the western side of the map on Prokhorovka. There is so much concealment. Both ends of the road are always infested with tank destroyers, so, well, at least on this side of the map, the battle goes to whoever does the best spotting. And at the moment, thanks to the early death of the enemy Manticore, that's our team, courtesy of the WZ-1321. Average Monkey Enthusiast not really having good shots at the Minotauro over there. But Crisis 36 does. So there's a cheeky 1,000 damage for him. And the Minotauro is down as well. Team of 2 kills up. You don't typically see aggressive gameplay on this side of the map, at least, not on behalf of the tank destroyers. This is about as aggressive as it tends to get. I'm impressed that they're actually moving up at all, but they are, of course, sticking religiously to the concealment, and none of them are going any further forward than the Scout up there. And the Scout himself is not being particularly aggressive, but then again, there are a pair of Waffenträger E100s on the enemy team with their 128mm autoloaders, and getting spotted by them, if you're in a light tank, is usually the last thing that you ever do, so you can't really blame him. Especially after what happened to the Manticore, the Minotauro, and the T62A. I mean, there are so many guns infesting this road. You get spotted for a second, and you're lucky to survive. Which means it can be kind of dull watching your typical battle on this side of the map. Oh, a pair of E100s just got spotted. Actually, speaking of E100s, there's a friendly E100 over there on the left. He's actually further forward than the WZ-132. Let's see how that's going to work out for him. Yeah, he's getting hammered. Oh dear. He only took the one hit. Oh no, I spoke too soon. There it is. He's taken lots of hits. I think he might be subject to fire from a pair of Waffenträger E100s. But it's all going down over here. One enemy E100's down, the friendly E100 is down. It was actually the T-62A over there on his left flank who finished him and then immediately ducked back into cover. The E100 was probably trying to angle his turret against incoming Waffenträger fire, which gave the T-62A the opportunity to slap some shells into his nice big flat turret side. The team are still 2 kills ahead though, but there is more or less 0 difference in hit points between the two teams. So Average Monkey Enthusiast's team had been getting the kills, but they've been paying for it in hit points. And they've just lost another E100, and there's now only a 1 kill lead, and they're now behind on hit points. There's an extremely brave Leopard 1 up there. You can see the WZ-132 is taking no chances, because you can see what happens to tanks on this side of the map that do take chances. That's a very impatient Leopard 1, and you can see how quickly you pay for that impatience when you get spotted. It's no real surprise that gameplay on this end of the map tends to be kind of static. Well, while we're waiting for the stalemate to get broken over here, and the team is getting its ass handed to it in the centre and on the hill, we're just going to take a look and see what Crisis 36 has been up to, because, as you can see, he has not been idle. He's already up to 2,100 damage, but he's the reason the enemy E100s are about to start suffering, because he got spotted taking a shot across the map, bounced an armour-piercing shell from an E100 as he angled back and ducked back into cover, took some penetrating damage from a high-explosive anti-tank gold shell, but shooting at Crisis revealed the location of the enemy E100s to the ever-patient WZ-132 just sitting in his bush up there at the other end of the road. And that means those E100s are going to have a very, very bad day. Although the team did lose an E100 and a Leopard in return. So I guess you could call that a fair trade. Crisis is up to 3,000 damage done in the Jaegeru, and it's only really cost him 700 health, and revealed the location of 2 enemy tier 10 heavy tanks. It could have been worse. Average Monkey Enthusiast and the Death Star wasn't exactly doing nothing while those E100s were spotted either, but oh, hang on a second. That's a much, much more dangerous target. Waffenträger E100 at 12 o'clock. Shots fired. Waffenträger E100 at 12 o'clock. Dead. Much like Average Monkey Enthusiast's Death Star, that is a machine that used to be available in the game as a top tier tank destroyer. On the tech tree was deemed way too powerful and was removed from the tech tree and became a premium for those who already owned it. There's another one. Oh. 1,650. That was a low damage roll for Hesh. Can somebody finish him? Please, somebody finish him. Yes, the Gorilla 15's got him. Good stuff. There's another Jaegeru over there with 230mm of penetration. I mean, it's a roll of the dice whether or not you're actually going to be able to find a spot where you can do full damage. Oh, we did it! 1,900 damage. That makes up for the low damage roll earlier. Unfortunately, as usual, things have not been going too well elsewhere. There's still an enemy E100 up to the north, but right now he is somebody else's problem because the team have basically been completely slaughtered everywhere else. Average Monkey Enthusiast sees it coming, and he's laying up in order to shoot it. Well, the thing is, view range is going to be an issue here. I mean, yeah, he's in good cover, but he doesn't have the view range to spot anything coming over the railway embankment, and probably wouldn't even have the view range to spot anything in the cap circle from here. The E100's been taken care of. This is all basically going to come down to that WZ-132-1. Now, the team, despite being on the back foot with way less health and 1 fewer tank than the enemy, do have a scout. The enemy team do not. Oh, he's going to take a snapshot at the not a chieftain. And it gets spotted, of course. And yes, I know, gold ammo everywhere. Get used to it, it's a tier 10 match. He's up to 6,700 damage done here. He's well on track to win this mission. Well, win the mission, complete the mission. He needs another 3,300 damage, but he also needs to win and survive the battle. The WZ-132 is doing his job, but it is a very, very dangerous job, and he's not in an armoured car, so the chances are fairly good that he's going to die. In fact, he very nearly did, But there goes the AMX M4. And average monkey enthusiast is just assuming he's going to get spotted. He's not waiting for Sixth Sense to go off. When he fires, he ducks back into cover. He's still getting hit though. There's an Object 907 spamming heat at him. It could have been worse though. The first heat shell was eaten by his tracks without immobilising him. The second one did some damage. The third one damaged his gun. But having your gun damaged isn't going to get you killed. Getting immobilised while spotted will, so he waited to use the repair kit until he knew nobody had further line of fire on him. Gun up, ready to go, and where did he go? You see, the WZ-132 is played this even more cautiously than he was playing it at the beginning, and with good reason. He's basically a one-shot kill to everything. And unlike certain types of vehicles introduced into World of Tanks in recent years, if he gets a wheel blown off, he stops. The team know that the Object 907 is in the bushes down at the southern end of this road, and they're asking the Bobject, the Object 268V4, to go down and try to spot him with his face, which is not a terrible idea because the Bobject is by far the heaviest armoured machine still in play, and can take a couple of hits from an Object 907. The WZ-132 could probably do the same thing, but he would have to cross an open field in order to do it, and there are enemy tanks in the middle of this open field, so he's not interested. And he's dead anyway. That guy actually played a really good game. He's going to finish this battle second on experience earned, with over 10,000 spotting damage. No, he wasn't particularly aggressive, but he was smart, and that's why he lived as long as he did. Well, the Bobject did not find the Object 907, but he did find the Progetto 65. Unfortunately, in doing so, he presented the flank of his vehicle to the 60TP in the middle of the field. So, again, the enemy team are still ahead on kills. And there's still an Object 907 down there somewhere. So, while average monkey enthusiast inches forward reluctantly to try to get some spots off, what's Crisis 36 been up to? Well, he hasn't exactly been idle. He's up to nearly 7,000 damage as well. Unfortunately, he's about to have a very, very bad day. Yeah. Yeah, that'll teach you. I think that one counts as a very hard nope. Yeah, you're the curious one. You move forward. Crisis is the one who does the majority of the damage to the Progetto, by the way. It's just Monkey who got the kill. Yep, there we go. A nice cheeky 1100 damage. Which puts Crisis not far short of 8,000 damage done. He's just not feeling particularly adventurous anymore. Can't really blame him. Yeah, I've got the armour. I'll nose forward and take a look. Wham! Actually, no, maybe I won't. You're the curious one. You go and take a look. A monkey may not have the armour, but he does have the health. And, well, honestly, when you've got the weight of the US Federal Gold Reserves zipping around your ears at supersonic speeds, armour doesn't really help. So, his butthole is doing the old 50p, 5p, 50p, 5p pucker there. No sign of the Object 907, but enemy tanks spotted in the middle of the field. Note the Grilla 15 doing a very sneaky and aggressive move across the far side of the map, where he's in the low ground, shielded from line of sight by a nap of the earth. He's getting himself into a flanking position to catch those enemy heavies in a crossfire. Still no sign of the Object 907 though. Well, at least Crisis is still alive. But he's going to have problems dealing with the enemy heavies in that depression. Monkey, on the other hand, not so much. Oh, hang on. He wants to get that 10,000 damage, so he's looking for the targets with the most health. But at the end of the day, you shoot the ones you can see, and you kill the ones that you can kill. There goes the 60 TP. Again, he pulls back into the lower ground, just assumes that he got spotted after he fired, rather than waiting for Sixth Sense to go off and find out the hard way, via some high-velocity enemy shells, that he did get spotted. But he didn't. And there's the Leopard 1. And Monkey doesn't get spotted again. But the Leopard 1 clearly knows that he has been spotted, so he's hightailing it out of there. No sign of the 907. And then somebody starts capping. And the Leopard 1's a fast machine, but it didn't make it all the way over there in time to start capping, which means that's where the Object 907 is. And again, this view range problem. And this is basically how wargaming balance tank destroyers. You give them hoofing great big guns with lots of penetration and damage, but you give them bad view range, which means they are forced to rely on the rest of the team to actually find things to shoot at, or put themselves at considerable risk like this, doing it for themselves. There are now 2 tanks in the enemy cat circle, so we know where the leopard went. And Monkey is going to get spotted here, but what choice does he have? There's the object. Oh, there's the leopard, and it still has all of its health. Not anymore. And there's the 10,000 damage. He still has to win though, and survive. And the Not a Chieftain Honest has caught him bang to rights. He's desperately trying to get into low ground here and swing the front of the tank around, as well as reload and stay in this fight. They've lost the Grilla 15. It's 2 on 2. Crisis is taking his brave pills, strapping on his man pants and going for the Not a Chieftain Honest while he's distracted by Monkey, gets him and then bounces a heat shell from across the map by the object 907, which reveals his position momentarily, which is all the encouragement that Monkey needs to crest the hill, get eyes on and finish the object 907 as he fruitlessly tries to take cover behind the dead leopard. And with exactly 2 minutes to go, that is it. A win, and he survived, and he did more than 10,000 damage, which means he not only got the mission complete, but he also picked up a Mark of Mastery, an Ace Tanker, and a Radley Walters medal for the 8 kills into the bargain. With Crisis 36 in the Jaegeru picking up what on any other day would be a pretty impressive result, but today is only good enough for a first class Mastery badge and a Confederate award with his more than 8,000 damage done. Nearly 19,000 damage done and 9 kills between the 2 of them. Credit, of course, has to go to the WZ132-1 player, who only fired 2 shots, doing 390 damage of his own, but because he was smart and patient, spotted targets allowing the rest of his team, most notably Monkey and Crisis, to do 10,751 damage as a result of his spotting, which is why he finishes second on experience earned on the team list. So what could have been a fairly static and boring tier 10 tank destroyer Prokhorovka map, I hope you'll agree, wasn't. With 9 kills and 19,000 damage between them, hopefully Crisis and Monkey provided you with something entertaining and exciting to watch. And it only cost them 55,000 credits to do so. Oh well, never mind. I guess that is the price of victory. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, take care, stay safe, and I'll catch you next time.